Hey gamers, WD here. And yes, the title is not clickbait. I will officially be re-ranking all the classes in Black Magic 2. Due to the massive changes the classes received both in December of last year and more recently, replacing all the classes in the new tiers is almost vital, as by now that old video of mine is extremely outdated. I don't want to delay too much, so let's get right into these new rankings, shall we? Starting off at number 6, we have Revenant. This may come as a shock to many, as Rev was number 1 back at the original video, but nerfs across both major patches have left Revenant as a shell of his former self. In December, his Special 1 aerial was made pretty much unusable, reducing his ability to even start combos. He can't rely solely on Special 2, but this move can be blocked and countered very easily by players who are just decent at the game. The most recent changes, Revenant's launch for Sword Stance was nerfed hard, not allowing him to use Guard Break after, or even many of his simpler combos were completely nerfed. This isn't all for Revenant's worries, however. The new meta for Black Magic 2 is very fast paced and projectile based. Revenant cannot do either of these two, as most of his moves are very slow and easy to read. He's the only class which has no projectile move to speak of. Overall, Revenant deserves the spot thanks to his major nerfs to his combos, slower movement speed, and inability to fight against the new guard and bracing shielding. If you disagree with this because you're a Revenant main, well, just cry about it. Moving on. Next on the list is Kirby. Again, another surprise, as Kirby was number 2 years ago when I initially made this video. But a lot has changed since then. Kirby can no longer air stall nearly as long as he once could, but his main problem is the new shielding mechanics. Kirby has always had terrible shield pressure, but now thanks to the new brace and guard, him getting through is even more unlikely. Unless you time things perfectly, starting a combo against a turtling opponent or one that uses a lot of countering is practically impossible. Kirby wasn't hit nearly as hard as Revenant was with these nerfs, but his fall from grace stems from his lack of shield pressure and inability to fight back against opponents who can predict his guard breaks and launcher. Overall, Kirby's not in a great spot right now. He's fine, but definitely significantly nerfed from 2 years ago. Fourth on this list, we have Citadel. Citadel, my boy, has only fallen 1 spot, but his nerfs are by far the worst of any class in the game. Back in December, Citadel was changed massively. His crystal cost went up to 1 full bar of heat, Special 5 was changed to be almost completely useless, though this was fixed in a recent patch. His launcher and heavy auto combo were made significantly slower, and his Special 2 physics made it impossible to combo off of. Some of these changes were fixed recently, with the cost of removal of his passive abilities, this being gaining heat from shielding, and the 7th bar of heat, which Citadel had exclusively. Citadel in the current meta is fine, especially with his movement abilities, but he's very predictable, as his moves are very slow, especially Special 4 and his launcher. Citadel has redeemed himself a little bit, but it would take a very skilled player to beat the next 3 classes, which we have on this list. Now we have Avalon. Avalon has received almost no changes since last year, besides from 1 nerf, which was removed in October. He plays pretty much the exact same, but thanks to the shift in the overall meta, and now having more experience and knowledge as my previous ranking wasn't very great, Avalon is a force to be reckoned with. He has many projectile moves which can keep you on your feet, especially his Special 4, and his Special 3 is also a dangerous combo finisher, as if you're hit with this as Rev or Citadel, it's pretty much game over for you. Avalon also has 2 very powerful ultimate moves, one being his Special 7, which powers up his Special 4, but can be pretty difficult to hit. The other one being Special 8, which is pretty much the exact opposite. This move has an extremely broken hitbox with great magnet range. Avalon's break ability is Breakout, which is very strong when used properly. Overall, Avalon is in a strong spot right now, and has some pretty high highs, but with a couple of lows, especially with that 800 HP, which is pretty low. Speaking of classes with 800 HP, number 2, Virtue. Virtue has surged from the bottom of the list to number 2 for a variety of different reasons. The rework made Virtue pretty easy to learn. It gave him some new powerful moves which can be hard to fight back against. Virtue went from pretty much a complete zoner to more of a rushdown class which can be used in zoning. The Virtue rework did remove wind, and instead has 3 special moves for each element. Fire has quick aerial moves which do low damage, Water has medium-paced water moves which are pretty stylish, and Earth has slow but hard-hitting moves which can be pretty difficult to dodge. Also after the rework, Virtue's SB6 activates on frame 1, making dodging moves extremely easy. Surprisingly, Virtue is a pretty powerful class thanks to the rework, along with a great launcher and break ability, making Virtue both a rushdown and zoning powerhouse that can be difficult to beat with lower tier classes. Virtue, however, may have difficulty fighting one certain class, which I'm pretty sure you all were expecting at number 1. No surprise to anyone, Assailant is our number 1 pick for this re-ranking of the classes. In the current meta, Assailant is an absolute unit who is an answer to any move you can throw at him. Need a quick or fast move? Special 5 and Special 1 can deal with that. Low on HP? Special 3 will heal you inside of a combo. Need to break someone's shield? SB6 is very swift and pretty difficult to fight back against, especially with the removal of side dab. Assailant is also one of the swiftest classes in the game, and his arsenal of different utility easily gives him the number 1 spot. Assailant has great launchers, great aerials, and overall a great moveset compared to any other class in the game. Assailant mains finally have a good reason to main this class. As in the past, people memed on Assailant mains just being old people, but now people actually stand a chance when playing as them. Well, unless you're zoning as Virtue and Avalon, which is Assailant's weakness. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This video was more of an homage to my previous video, it's almost been 2 years to the day actually, of my original ranking the classes video. And I just want to say thank you guys. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is a milestone I thought I'd never hit in a million years. You all have been so supportive, and I know I've had some low moments. I know I haven't been the best at uploading, but I appreciate all of you sticking around with all my crazy uploads. I hope to keep making some Black Magic 2 videos, but I also hope to branch off and make some other Roblox or non-Roblox based videos. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed, go down and like and comment about what you thought of this tier list. Maybe put your own rankings below and we can all talk about them. I had a lot of help with fans from this video, so don't yell at me completely as these are not 100% my own rankings. Please be sure to subscribe, it helps me out a ton and gets more people to view my amazing videos. Thank you once again for watching, I'm WE40 Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video. Sayonara.